guys, today I'm filming my empties video. If you guys are unfamiliar with the way that I do my empties, I film one of these videos every 3 months to make sure I have a decent amount of products to share with you. I also have a lot of products in here, like all of my makeup empties that I feature in my makeup use up for the year, which I update every 2 months. And I also have quite a few sample size skincare and hair care products that I feature in my rolling sample project pan, which I update every single month. So I do tend to have those other updates, and I don't want it to do this monthly because it would be like repeat. So I film these every 3 months, so I have a good collection of products to share with you. I will have my playlist linked in the cards in case you like to see more of my thoughts on products that I've tested out. I like to split up all of my empties into categories: random and body products, hair care, skincare, and makeup. I have all the categories listed down below with the times that they start in case you don't want to watch everything. I'm going to have a little poll question up in the cards. Do you guys want me to continue to organize my products into categories, or do you want me to randomly pull stuff out of a bag? I love the way that I have these set up into categories. I like watching empties that way as well, but since I do have so many repeat products in different videos, even though I know not everybody watches all of the videos, I'm wondering if it'd be more fun to pull things out randomly, but I'm fine either way. Let me know what you guys would rather see, and that is what I will do from here on out. So jumping right in with the random and body products, the first thing is something very random. I mentioned this before, but I want to give it a shout out again. This is from the brand Just My Scent. This is called the Sand and Sun Room and Linen Spray. The Sand and Sun is the fragrance, and this is from justmyscent.com. I'll have the link down below. This is a 2-ounce bottle that has lasted me for months and months and months, and this is so good to use in the bathroom. That is when I use it, and I feel like Febreze just like mixes with the bathroom scents. It doesn't last very long. You go through the bottle really quickly, and the scent doesn't last in the air. This is so good at eliminating odor, and you don't need that much of this at all, and this little bottle lasts forever. I do have a giant bottle of this that I got for Christmas, and I hope maybe I can get some more of these for Christmas. My aunt is friends with the lady who makes these, so I'm hoping I can get some more because I love this stuff so much, and I know it's random, but it works so well that I had to mention it to you guys again. Then I do have one more random thing. This is a makeup brush cleaner. This is the Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner, and this is the 2-ounce size. So you can get the 2-ounce that has a little spray, or this shorter, squattier 2-ounce that comes with a little cleansing tin. I bought this one because the spray never works very well for me. This is amazing at spot cleaning your brushes. It gets out everything. I mostly just use this for my eye brushes, but if I use it with a face brush, I just pour some in the little tin and I'm good to go. But it gets out all the product. It dries super quickly, and it does have a nice vanilla scent. It is a little intense, a little alcohol scented, but I've really gotten used to it. I love this stuff, and I will continue to repurchase it. Then we've got the body products. So the first thing I have is this Visine Advanced Redness and Irritation Relief Eye Drop. My mom had purchased this for me, I think at Christmas time, and it was okay, but it does not beat my must-have redness relief drops from Clear Eyes. I always think of that guy who's like, have dry eyes, try Clear Eyes. So they're amazing. My eyes are very sensitive with my contacts, and sometimes in the morning they're feeling pretty sore, so I just put a couple eye drops in. I'll do all of my skincare, brush my teeth, and then I will go back to put my contacts in, and I have no problem. So this was okay, but it didn't work as well for me as the other one, so I wouldn't repurchase that. And then I have 3 of the 6 fluid ounce Equate Beauty nail polish remover, 100% acetone. I know acetone is a little harsh for your nails. I love it. It takes off all my polish so well, and I don't know if they make the acetone in a larger size. I think they do for the other ones, but I'm not sure about these. These are only 97 cents, and I've been painting my nails about twice a week, and because of all the polishes I've had in my chopping block, I've redone my manicure a lot to see if I like other polishes. So I went through 3 within 3 months. Next, I have my deodorant, which is the Dove Dry Spray, which comes in a bunch of different scents. I always get the clear tone with these little pearls on it. It is supposed to be 48-hour antiperspirant. This does have aluminum in it, which I know is bad for you, but I don't care because I need it. I sweat a lot, and this does do a pretty good job of keeping me dry, and it does smell really nice. Now this is a little bit pricier because it is in the spray can, but sometimes I can find coupons for this, but one bottle usually lasts me about 3 months, which is great, so I will continue to repurchase that. So then I have two items from Bath & Body Works. The first is the Country Apple Shower Gel. The Bath & Body Works shower gels are the only ones that I use. I think that these foam and lather up really nicely. They do smell really nice on my skin, and I think they get me very clean, so I will continue to purchase these. And the Country Apple scent is one of my favorites. This is a scent that they always bring back during the semi-annual sale, and I can get these for a really good price, so I'll continue to repurchase this one. And it really is like that southern country apple scent that I absolutely love. And I love apple scents in general, as you can tell by the antibacterial hand sanitizer I have, which is Winter Candy Apple, which is a lot sweeter. It smells more candy-like, and this is something that I do get every single Christmas time. So I love both of these. They're two completely different kinds of apple scents, but I love them both. And I really love their hand sanitizers because they do dry down. Some hand sanitizers can feel like jelly and gross and a little sticky. These dry down completely, and I love the scent of these. They're amazing, so I will continue to repurchase both of these products and both of these scents. These are my two favorite scents, as well as Japanese Cherry Blossom. Then I finished two perfume products. The first is Pacsun Lilu Perfume. This smells so good. This used to be one of my holy grail perfumes. Loved it for spring and summer, but this is something that I wanted to use up because I've outgrown this scent. I just feel like I want something that's a little bit more mature, and it's still a good product, but I think that this has been discontinued, so I don't mind falling out of love with something I can't get anymore. So it is a good perfume, but I've just moved on from it. And then I used up a rollerball of the Dolce & Gabanna Light Blue Eau de Toilette. I love this. I wish this was an Eau de Perfume because this doesn't last the longest on my skin. My skin really rejects fragrance, but this smells so good. This is going to be my new go-to spring perfume. I do have the full size bottle, the 3.4 ounce, which will last me forever, but I really love the fragrance of this. It is such a nice, light, sweet floral scent. Absolutely amazing. So happy to have some perfumes used out of my collection. I always feel like that is such an accomplishment. So now I'm moving on to some hair care products. I have a bunch of minis that I have used up on my own, as well as in my sample project pans. I'll have that playlist linked in the cards as well, in case you want to hear my thoughts on some other things. I never really include the foil packet samples that I review in those videos in my empties. I only include deluxe size products, so you can get some of the same, but also some different reviews in those videos. But I used up the Garnier Nutrisse Nourishing Conditioner. This is something that comes in the hair dye set that I will mention in a bit. This is so good. It has an amazing scent. It smells like the salon, and it really deeply moisturizes my hair, which feels amazing. I wish they sold this on its own because I would absolutely buy it. I think it is fantastic, and I just really appreciate the fact that they put these in a little bottle that has a top instead of like most hair dyes where it comes in a little foil sample that's just more cumbersome to use. So I appreciate the little details, Garnier. I absolutely love that so much. Then I used up the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Nightcap Overnight Perfector. I use this as a deep conditioner, which is not the way that this is supposed to be used, and I was really just trying to use this up. It was older in my collection, so I didn't want to pass it on to someone else, but this product gave my hair a little bit of hydration, but not a ton. It's just not something that I would need. You're supposed to put this on your damp or dry hair, it says, before bed from roots to ends, and then comb through, leave in or wash out in the morning. I have very oily roots, so I wouldn't feel comfortable putting something in my hair and leaving it overnight, and I'm not someone who's gonna take a shower at night and then take a shower again in the next morning to wash my hair. Like, no thank you. Don't have time for that. Then the other product I used was the Joico K-Pack Color Therapy Luster Lock Instant Shine and Repair Treatment. So this is another item I used up as a deep conditioner, and this is incredible. The scent smells like salon hair care products. oh, it's so good. And this really deeply conditioned my hair. I love this. This is something that I don't need because my L'Oreal Everpure conditioner works just as well at really deeply conditioning my hair and making it soft, but this works really well too, and it does have a really nice scent. Unfortunately, they didn't have this in the most recent also 21 Days of Hair event, but they do have that event twice a year. So if they have this on sale for about half off at some point, I will probably repurchase it then because I did really enjoy it. Then I used up a couple mini dry shampoos. The first is the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo. I don't like the scent of this. It's just kind of like blech to me. It did do a nice job of soaking up the oil in my hair. It did give a little bit of powdery finish, but I never mind that because I do have light hair and I just blend it out with my fingers and it's fine. This is an okay product, but I've tried several others that I like more than this, so I would not repurchase this one, but if I did get it again, I would be happy to use it. I got that one from my mom for Christmas. And the other one I used up is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo, Sea Buckthorn Berry. And I don't usually like berry scents. I don't like a lot of scents in general, but this one was very nice. It wasn't too overpowering or sickeningly sweet. Still not my favorite scent, but it wasn't bad. This did a really good job of soaking up the oil in my hair. A little bit of a powdery effect, but I can blend it out. And this did give my hair a lot of volume. So it gave volume, which the Not Your Mother's didn't do. And this also soaked up my oils even better than this one. So if I had to pick one over the other, I would pick the Amika. I know this one is a little bit pricier, but I do really enjoy that one. And again, if I could find it on sale for about half off, I would purchase it. The last hair care product is the Garnier Nutrisse Nourishing Color Cream Hair Dye. I always get the shade number 93 Light Golden Blonde. I did just repurchase this from Ulta. It was on sale for $1 off, and then I used a 20% off coupon on top of it. So cannot wait to have this again because as you can see, I need to dye my hair again. My hair just grows out so fast, which is very annoying. I try to dye my hair about every 3 to 4 months, and this is what the color looks like. So it doesn't look like the box. The box is a lot more of a lighter golden blonde and my hair turns out more of a strawberry blonde, which is why I bought this one. Golden blonde, because I have a lot of redheads in my family, makes my hair turn more of a strawberry blonde. The only way I could get like a true blonde color is if I use more of an ashy hair dye, but I love this. I think this is actually very believable that it could be my natural hair color. Maybe you don't believe so, but I do, if my roots didn't grow out so quick. But this is a great product. It has more of a conditioner-like consistency, so it's really easy to work through the hair. My mom always dyes my hair. She really finds this easy to use. Love this so much. So now moving on to my skincare products, and I did recently film an updated skincare routine. Finally, I'll have it linked up in the cards in case you want to see what I'm using currently and what my favorite skincare products are for my oily, acne-prone skin. But the things that I have used up would be 3 packs of the Neutrogena Makeup Removing Cleansing Towelettes. I've told you guys so many times how much I love these because they completely remove all of my eye and face makeup with just one wipe, and they do not burn my eyes. My skin is not sensitive, but my eyes are incredibly sensitive. This product is amazing. I recommend buying the big box from Costco because you get a lot for your money. Then I also used up, finally, you guys know it takes me forever to really work through full-size skincare products, finally finished the Garnier Clean Plus Gentle Clarifying Cleansing Gel. I have a ton of these on back stock because I love this product and it was discontinued. So the reason that I really love this is because you can put it on wet skin. So I will use this to remove my makeup if I'm not taking a shower that night, but if I am taking a shower at night, I will use this product so I don't go through my makeup wipes so quickly because they are very pricey. And this is a product you put on wet skin. I just pump some out and just rub it all into my face and rub it into my eyes. It completely removes all of the product and it doesn't irritate my skin. It does not leave a film over my eyes. It does not burn my eyes. So many other products do not work to remove my eye makeup that are a liquid form like this. Absolutely amazing at how well it breaks down my makeup. So I will continue to repurchase this, and I'm going to be sad when I'm no longer able to, but I hope I will find a good replacement. But I will tell you, this next thing is not one of them. This is just a little deluxe size of the Garnier SkinActive Micellar Foaming Gel Cleanser. It says you can use this to remove your makeup and wash your face. So I said, let me try to use this to remove makeup. First off, this is straight liquid like water. This barely foams up at all. I am rubbing my hands together and you get like the tiniest, most pitiful little bubble. Like, what? It's basically like a liquid. It did not work well at all to break down my face makeup. It got like the first layer, but then I had to go back over top with this. I used this on my eyes and it burned the crap out of my eyes. So this is garbage. I tried it as a cleanser and it completely dried out my skin. I felt like this was straight alcohol. Just no. Not good as a makeup remover, not good as a cleanser. Do not buy this. It freaking sucks. I have one more makeup removing product, which is the Too Faced Mascara Melt Off. So this is basically a cleansing oil in a mascara tube, has a little mascara type applicator. This works very, very well. So I just take this at the base of my lashes, wiggle it through, and it really easily removes all of my mascara. Now, I never use waterproof mascara, which is what this was intended to be used with, but I'm sure it would work really well. This does dissolve the product. This is a very, very nice product, but it is not necessary for me because the other makeup removing items that I use work just as well to remove all of my eye makeup. Then I have one cleanser. Again, it takes me forever to work through cleansers. This is the Philosophy Purity, and I used to be absolutely in love with this, and I recently used it again, as you can see, and it's very gentle, which is why I liked it before, but it almost feels too gentle. It has a nice light scent and my face feels clean, but not like super duper squeaky clean, which I really like, especially because I do have oily skin. I just want to feel as clean as possible, not too stripped, but like a little stripped. And this is just too basic for me. Smells nice. Oh, I did use this as a makeup remover, which is how a lot of people use it. It did work pretty well for that, but for me, not going to be something I repurchase. Then I used up my Holy Grail toner, the Neutrogena Acne Stress Control Triple Action Toner. The reason I love this one is because it does sting my skin a bit, which makes me feel like it's actually working for my skin, which maybe it's not. It might be all in my head, but I really, really like this because it makes my skin feel very, very fresh and clean. So I use toner at night. If I don't take a shower and I use my makeup remover wipes, I'll use this after. That way it gets off any of the residue left over from the makeup wipe. But I do also use this every single morning. So if I take a shower at night, I'll really go through the gigs and wash my face. But in the morning, I only had a little bit of oil that came up overnight, so I don't need to intensely cleanse my skin again. So I will just take a little bit of this on a cotton round, wipe it all over my face, and then go in with serum, moisturizer, and then my makeup, and it works so, so well for that. So I absolutely love this. I will continue to repurchase this, but right now I just started using the Pixi Glow Tonic I got last year for Christmas from Pixi, which is ginormous. I think it's like 17 ounces or something crazy. So it is going to take me forever to get through that, and that one's really gentle. I do prefer this, but by the time I get through that bottle, maybe I'll see some more effects on my skin. So once I finish it up, I will repurchase this, but I feel like that's gonna be quite a while from now. Then I used up quite a few serums. This first one is the Dr. Andrew Weil for Origins Mega Bright Skin Tone Correcting Serum. This is a 1 fluid ounce bottle. My friend Amanda Alexander sent this to me. I have been using this like all year long, but of course I do have other sample serums in my sample project pan. So I've been using this in between all those, and I finally used it up. It does have a really nice light scent, and it does have a really nice consistency that makes my skin feel super smooth and hydrated, but without being overly greasy. I love the consistency of this, but I didn't really notice it doing anything to correct any dark spots. I'm very fortunate I don't have a ton of acne or dark spots, except a little bit of melasma under my eye, and I didn't really notice much, but I didn't really bring this up under my eye either. But I did like this a lot. I don't know if I'd repurchase it because I think this is a little pricey, but it was a good product, and I'd be happy to get another one in some capacity. And also, maybe if I use this every single day, I would be able to see more of a skin tone correcting effect. But I mentioned it in my skincare routine video that with serums especially, maybe they give my skin a little bit more hydration, but I don't notice a ton from them. So it's basically like, do I like the consistency or not? that makes me decide whether it's something that I would try again. So then I have 4 deluxe size sample serums, 2 for the daytime, 2 for the night. So for the daytime ones, I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Hydro Plump Serum. This was actually really nice. I do like the packaging. It feels very bougie to me. It has that little dropper. And this actually did make my skin feel very smooth and plump. And I was nervous this would be a little too hydrating under my makeup, but it worked well. It didn't make me extra greasy. And I'm thinking that maybe if I use more of a hydrating serum like this, but more of an oil control moisturizer, it might help balance it out so I am not too dry where my skin is overproducing oil. I don't know, but this is something that I actually really liked, and I could consider repurchasing in the future only if I was able to get it on a really good deal. Like if this came up as a weekly wow from Sephora, I'd probably purchase it, but it was a pretty good one. Then my other daytime was the Murad Rapid Collagen Infusion. This one smelled really funny, and this wasn't old, and it's like it started smelling a little like glue. Like it doesn't smell in the packaging, but when I rub it on my skin, it smelled kind of stanky. It has a nice light thin consistency, but it didn't do anything for me, so I wouldn't repurchase that. Then my 2 nighttime ones would be the Philosophy Time in a Bottle, which is supposed to be a resist, renew, repair serum. Didn't do anything for me. It was pretty thin. And I remember this one also smelling kind of weird when I blended it into my skin, so wouldn't repurchase it. And then my other nighttime one was the Lancome Advanced Génifique Youth Activating Concentrate. People swear by this. I never see it doing anything for my skin. If I get little minis of these, I always use them up. I use up every serum. It's very rare that I decide not to finish a sample, but it just didn't really do enough for my skin that I would consider repurchasing it. So out of all 4 of these, the only one I would consider purchasing is the one from Makeup Forever. Next, moving on to moisturizer, I have 6 deluxe size samples, 3 for daytime, 3 for night. So starting with the daytime, I have the Boscia Revitalizing Black Hydration Gel. This is a really nice light gel consistency. It does feel very fresh on the skin. It has a little bit of like a tea tree minty kind of scent that I did really like. It made my skin feel really fresh, and this was a nice consistency that worked well with most primers, but with some it did make it ball up. So because it doesn't work well with all moisturizers, I don't think I would repurchase it, but I did enjoy it. Then I had the Ole Henriksen Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. This is one that smells very, very minty, like straight up like mint. This one I like much better. This one like felt like putting toothpaste on my face. I don't know. I didn't love it, but I did get used to it. This also gave my skin the perfect amount of hydration. It has more of like a hybrid gel cream consistency. And unfortunately, this is one that mattified a little too much where it didn't mesh well with other matte primers. So even though I like this, I don't see myself repurchasing it. I do prefer the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Moisturizer. It gives my skin the same amount of hydration, but that one works better with more mattifying primers. So if I had to pick one of the two, I would pick the Sheer Transformation. And then I also used up the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Anti-Aging Mattifying Lotion, and this one is also a little minty, but not that bad. This one did work pretty well with most mattifying primers, so out of the 3 of them, I think this one worked the best for me. But again, I didn't love it enough that I would repurchase it, but I didn't mind using any of those. Then I have my 3 nighttime moisturizers. The first one is the Fresh Black Tea Firming Corset Cream for face and neck. And it did have a nice scent. I really like that black tea scent. And this was very, very thick and heavy, and it is something I would only use at nighttime, but I just didn't love the consistency. It was a little too much for me, and I didn't notice it firming my skin, so I would not repurchase that. Then I had the Benefit Total Moisture Facial Cream. I love the packaging of this. It's super cute. It has a nice light scent as well, but this one was incredibly heavy. It did not sink into the skin quickly at all, so I could definitely only use this for the nighttime. But if you have really, really dry skin, you might enjoy this, but for me, way too much. It just felt kind of like bleh on my skin. The other one I actually cut open, which I never do, and this is the Clinique Moisture Surge 72-Hour Auto Replenishing Hydrator. This was fine for the nighttime. The Moisture Surge line from Clinique is huge, but my favorite one is their original Moisture Surge. That one has a gel consistency, but still gives me a lot of hydration. So that one is my favorite for a nighttime moisturizer if I had to pick from the Clinique line, but I wouldn't repurchase any of these because I do have other products that I prefer. Then I have 3 random skincare products. This is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. The Aqua Balm and the Moisturizing Balm are my all-time favorite day and night moisturizers, but they're incredibly expensive. So I thought I was going to be obsessed with this, and I just wasn't. It moisturized under my eyes fine, but it didn't do anything for wrinkles or depuffing. And I do have other eye creams where I enjoy the consistency a little bit more and the way it feels under my eyes, so this is not something I would repurchase. I think I had just hyped this up so much I was like, that's it. So no, I would not repurchase that. Then I do have a mask. This is the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. It took me forever to use this, but I do think that this is a good product for my oily, acne-prone skin type. There are some times where I feel like my skin just feels kind of yuck, even though it's all cleansed and everything. It just feels kind of yuck. I feel like I've got a lot of clogged pores or blackheads, and this just really feels like it purges my skin and makes it feel really nice. I don't think I would repurchase this. I do have a similar mask from Sephora in a sample I haven't used yet, but I'm hoping that one will work in the same way because this is way too expensive for what it is, and it's just not necessary for me, but it does work well. The last item I have is the Skin Inc Pure Revival Peel. This did ball up a ton on my skin, which I think was a mixture of the product and some dead skin. I didn't notice it doing a ton for me. I do have 2 other peels I have not used yet from other brands, so I don't see this being something that I would repurchase, but it was a really fun, interesting thing to try. And lastly, I have the fun part, which would be all of the makeup empties. So starting with the face products, I have 2 primers. The first is the Boscia Pore Affecting White Charcoal Mattifying Treatment Primer. This did do a nice job of mattifying my skin, and unfortunately this did pill up a bit, not always, but with certain moisturizers this just did not mesh well. This one works better for me than the Becca and the Makeup Forever. It isn't quite as thick and gluey, but it is like a thinner glue. So because it just is a little finicky with my skin and with other skincare products, I would not repurchase it, but it wasn't bad. And then I finished the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Primer. This little container comes like not even half full. Dr. Brandt is not very generous with his samples, but this lasts me forever. It works so well. I've mentioned this before. It is my favorite pore filling primer because it does have a really nice thin consistency, but it does fill and blur the pores. I have like 4 minis of this and a full size I was able to get on super sale, so I am stocked up forever. This is incredible, very pricey, but it does work really, really well, so I would highly recommend you guys pick that up at some point. Then I did use up a deluxe sample of the Lancome Tinty Doll Ultra Wear Foundation in the shade 140 Ivory Neutral. First off, there is no good shade match for me. All of the fair shades are very, very pink and peach, and this was the most neutral tone, but it is still a little too dark, too peachy. It does oxidize on me. This only gives about a medium coverage. It doesn't hold up the best against my oily skin, so this is not something I would repurchase. Estee Lauder Double Wear still way outperforms this one to me, so no thank you, but I was happy to use it up, and it was a really fun thing to throw into a project pan. And then I used up the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Face Duo in the shade Taupe and Ivory. I did not use the contour side because I don't like this at all. Color's a little too gray purpley for me, and it just doesn't blend out that nicely, but I do love the highlight side. So this shade Ivory has a bit of a peachy undertone, so it did work really nice as a corrector under my eyes. I do think that this gives nice medium coverage. It has more of a satin finish. I do like this, but I'm not going to buy the product just to use 1/2. But I wish the HD concealer formula was this formula because I think it's better, but happy to have that mostly used up. I've had it in my collection for a while, but it's not something that I would repurchase. Then of course I got a couple powders. I have the Dermablend Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I do like this to set my face in my first impression videos, but in general I love this for setting my under eyes. It does help brighten under my eyes, which I love because a lot of other powders darken my concealer, and this one just looks really, really smooth under my eyes. So I did purchase a big size of this during the 21 Days of Beauty, which I'm really happy to have. Then I also used up unfortunately, the travel size of the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, which is expensive. This travel size is 23 bucks, which is insane. I think that this is fantastic for setting my under eyes. This does mattify pretty well, but this one does darken my concealer. It can look a little crepey under my eyes, but I don't mind it. But if you have really dry under eyes, I think that you would prefer the Derm Blend. This one just feels a little bit more finely milled, and I really do love both of these. I want to repurchase the Laura Mercier at some stage, but I'm gonna use up the Derm Blend first. I do have 2 more deluxe sample sizes of this under eye powder, which I will use up, and we'll see which I end up repurchasing once I use the big one of this, but I think I'll be set with under eye powder for a while. But those 2 are my favorite. I used to really love the e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, and I'm actually using that one right now, and I just do not love it anymore. I think that these 2 way outperform that one and make it a little bit more worth the price. I'm just not happy with the e.l.f. Then I did finally, unfortunately, use up the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Powder. This is huge. You get 1.23 ounces or 35 grams. This is incredible. I use this to set my entire face. I do apply it with a damp beauty sponge. It helps really keep me matte. My skin looks very smooth. Unfortunately, this is a little too peachy for me, and it does oxidize to be a little dark, so I do mix this in with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair to get the perfect consistency and the perfect color for me. I was able to finish up 2 brow products. The first is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Blonde. This is a little too red for me, so I went back to using my favorite shade, Taupe. I do love this. For me, it is a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I like this formula just as much. It isn't too creamy or too waxy. I use this to underline my brows, fill in the tail, draw on the front, and then I use more of a thick angled brow pencil to fill in the center. By using a combination of those 2 brow pencils, it makes these last so much longer. I used to go through one of these every month and a half, 2 months. Now these last me forever because I use them in combination and ended up saving a lot of money that way. So this is holy grail to me. Definitely have repurchased. I have quite a few on back stock. Then I did also finally use up my MAC eyeshadow in Omega I was using as a brow powder. This is a nice, very light, cool tone color, great for cool tone blondes. And because it is an eyeshadow, it is very pigmented. I did get a decent amount of hard pan. I was able to scrape it off, but I noticed with this eyeshadow more than my Lorac brow kit, I would get some hard pan if my brush wasn't freshly clean, or if I went back and forth between my brow wax and the brow powder with my brush. But this is a good product. I do like the color, but my Lorac brow kit I love even more because it is more of that warm tone blonde, which matches the color I dye my hair. This one would be best if I had my natural hair color. So a good product, and I just don't see myself repurchasing it because I do have another shade I prefer, but I do think MAC eyeshadows work really well for a very pigmented brow powder. Then for my eye products, I finally used up the Milani eyeshadow primer. It takes me like a year and a half to get through these. These are fantastic. I do have pretty oily eyelids, and this works really well for me. So I do have a couple deluxe size eye primers that I want to work through first, but after that I will repurchase this. I love it very much. Then I was able to use up 2 ColourPop Super Shock shadows. The first one is in the shade Get Lucky. It's an amazing bright gold with an ultra metallic finish. Unfortunately, they discontinued this. Oh, that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, they discontinued this one, and I did not buy a backup, but if they ever re-release this, I will buy it again. It is one of the best golds I've ever tried, and I love the ultra metallic finish because it doesn't have any glitter, but it is super reflective. The other shade I used up was Summer Lemon, which was like a rose gold with a little bit of silver in it. It was one of the tie-dye shades, so it had a rose gold base with some silver and white pieces in it. This was fine. It had some glitter in it that I didn't love, but I have so many other rose golds that I prefer from ColourPop, so even if this color was permanent, I went and buy it again. But you guys know how much I love the ColourPop Super Shocks. I'm wearing one today. These are just amazing. I absolutely love them. Then I did use up a couple mascaras. I used up the Jessie's Girl Dial-A-Lash mascara. So this is a wet formula and a plastic bristle brush. So it does have this little dial here where you can twist the mascara brush to be different shapes, a little more spiraled, but I just used it like normal. And this did give a lot of length and separation to my lashes. I actually really enjoyed this one way more than I thought I would. It pairs well with a lot of other mascaras, and this is something that I definitely would repurchase in the future. And I used it in combination with the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which, ooh, is a natural bristle brush, and this is more of a dry formula. It does give some really nice volume, but I just don't love mascaras that are dry because they dry out way too quickly and can be a little flaky. So even though I like this one, I don't love it as much as I had hoped to. So I would not repurchase the It Cosmetics, but I would repurchase the Jessie's Girl. Then I do have some lip products. I used up the EOS Smooth Sphere in Vanilla Mint. I love the Sweet Mint scent and the Vanilla Mint scent. The ones with the swirls are supposed to be a little bit more moisturizing for me. They do the same thing, but you guys know this is my favorite lip balm because it isn't too thin or too thick, and it just feels really nice on my lips. So I will continue to repurchase these forever. I love the spheres for around the house, and I keep these sticks in my purse. Then I did use up 2 lip products, and then 1 dried up on me, but I wanted to talk about it here. So the ones that I used up would be the MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencil in the shade Go for Girly. I absolutely love this product. These do have a full opacity with a beautiful shine to them. They make your lips look fuller, and they do have a little bit of thickness to make them last on the lips for a decent amount of time. I used to really love this color, but now it's just too bright for me. So I wouldn't repurchase this shade, but I would love to buy more in this formula, and I'm so excited to have a lip product used up. I also had used up the Tarte's Glossy Lip Paint in the shade Obvi, which is a really light peachy nude. I do love the applicator. It is that flat paddle doe foot that just picks up some extra product. I love these glosses. They were a weekly wow a couple months ago, but the shades I wanted were sold out, unfortunately. This is a beautiful peachy nude. This is a little bit of a thicker gloss, but it doesn't feel too heavy. This also has a nice opacity without being too much. I think the Anastasia glosses are like these on steroids, and for me those are a little too pigmented and a little too thick, and I get nervous about them moving around, but these are really nice. So I do want to repurchase this shade and the shade Goals, which is a little more pinky, and I would love to purchase those if I can get these half off, because I've seen these go on sale a bunch at Macy's, but I'm just crossing my fingers these might go on sale at Ulta around Black Friday, Cyber Monday time. But I would definitely want to repurchase those. I was really happy with the formula and that shade. The shade range is just nudes, but they do have light nudes, peachy pink nudes, all the way to some browns. And then the item that completely dried up on me is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Driver's Seat. The most beautiful terracotta orangey color. I love the applicator. It's so easy to use. This is more of a moussey formula as opposed to a liquidy formula. It did dry down completely, but it wasn't too drying on my lips. However, I got this from a Sephora Play in October 2016. It is now October 2018. Completely tried out. Was very thick and goopy, and for me, I just want lip products to last minimum of 2 years and still be good, and this just went bad for me too quickly. Like, I know it's been 2 years, but it went bad way too quickly, so I don't see myself purchasing any more from this formula, even though I do enjoy it. And the last 2 things I have are some sponges. I have the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge and the Mini Eraser Sponge. I use this for foundation, concealer, to set my face with loose powder, and then I use a little minis to set my under eyes with loose powder. I've just had these for a while, so it is time to switch them out for some new ones. I try to do that about every 4 months or so, so it's time for these to go, but I absolutely love them. Totally worth the money. So guys, that was my very long Empties video. Please let me know in the poll up above if in the future you guys would like me to keep them in categories or just mix them all up, pull them out of a bag, and see what we get. I would love to know your thoughts if you've tried any of these products, and I would love to know what things you have used up recently. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.